Hey ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? It's boys here. And today I wanted to address a certain topic that I recently read on a site on the internet, of course. Where else would I be able to read this? I don't really read the newspaper and I really don't bother watching the TV because most of the news on here are really one street way to negativity. It's really bad. It's just negative, negative, negative. So I kind of wanted to go check out the internet. While there are some positive, there's also kind of negatives, and there's a particular article that really boggled my mind, if that's actually the right way of saying it. I wanted to talk about something different, something that's very much related to relationships and what you actually seek in your partners. And I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience of what's very important to me and how I can semi-relate to this following article that I'm about to explain in a second. In a second, I swear. Okay, 1 second is gone. I must explain now. Basically, there was an article about 10 steps on how to make your partner stop swearing. Now, don't get the wrong idea. This swearing is not in any shape or form related to aggressional swearing, because a lot of people think that cursing is a sign of aggression. While cursing is as much as a sign as aggression, it is as much a sign as a sense of humor, as much as a sign of happiness, as much as a sign of just about anything, depending on what kind of life you had and what shaped you. And accepting yourself as you are is the most important factor, I think. And in that is even more important in your partner. So I wanted to address this. I personally believe this is a semi-issue for a lot of people, especially the people that read these articles thinking that they want to behave and they want to follow this person's footsteps. But I would actually suggest to rethink and really think for yourself what you really want. Is this something you want, or is this something you can accept in your partner? Because the person that was writing down this article was basically saying 10 steps on how to make the person stop. And the story was pretty simple. At the beginning, she met this guy. This guy was a wonderful guy. She had a great time with him. But it seems that some things, at least from my personal perception here, relating the story, it seems that he was not really himself fully. Because first day, first expressions, first impressions, and so forth, people tend to hold on a mask. They don't feel too comfortable in just writing it out and just letting it loose. Let the wild beast inside loose, depending on what kind of wild beast you have. Some people don't like swearing in life. They didn't really felt like swearing in life. Some people were really into it, and it become part of them and who they are, and it makes them happy. So by expressing, it's very important. Well, the story continues. Basically, the girl said that after a while they were together, he started to behave different, or do we say not physically behave different, but his expression become more vulgar in a communication way. It wasn't meant to be used as aggression, slandering down your partner, but it was made as a communication, as an expression, and it's a clear sign the person was more comfortable with this woman, and because he was more comfortable with his girlfriend, basically, he was able to let this out, and probably hoping inside himself that she will be enough strong enough to be able to handle this. Not everybody will be able to accept you for who you are, and it's a lot about understanding and acceptance. It's not about expecting them to behave like you do. Because you vulgar talk, because you curse, doesn't mean your partner has to curse as well. But there are some factors, and acceptance and understanding is the most important, I believe, at least. Because masks are bullshit, masks are tiresome, masks are not you, and what that does, it actually puts a weight on your soul and body, and your soul becomes tired, and your body is going to behave different, and after that it's going to become boring. You're going to become boring to the person you're with, and they're going to become boring to you if they're not themselves, and you accepting them, because not every person can go with everyone. Everybody has got different personalities, but we're mostly aware of that. It's just that similar personalities, similar sense of humor is very, very attractive, and those people can really actually dive. Sometimes, some people can make you realize who you are, and that really attracts you to them, especially if you're in stage where you're still finding yourself. But if you know exactly who you are and you've been developed like this through the course of your life, in your family, the way you treated your family, especially because your mother, your father, whoever was with you, your brothers and sisters, your cousin, your family line, your bloodline, they will know you most. People that were with you the most in life will know you most. Even friends will not be able to handle this. Your mother, your father, whoever was truly with you will know you most. So if your mother calls you crazy like my mother does, then you know exactly, in a way, who truly you are inside. And I was reading this article, and there's a lot of things wrong with it. First of all, you do not say 10 steps in making somebody stop from being himself. If he feels comfortable, you should be feeling great. But it seems it's bothering you because you don't like cursing. That's fine, you don't have to curse, but it seems to bother you to a degree where you want to change him. You want him to stop. And you made 10 steps. And you probably use these tactics on him. And then you make an article suggesting other people, well, how to do it. In a way to do it. So the article was rated 2.5 out of 5, so it was more in the middle, but the rating was low. At the end of the day, that's pretty low rating. But still, just the idea of a girl having to even read, write down an article to make other people feel they're entitled to change your partner. You are a fuck up. Like, you are a fuck up. A man or a girl, a man or a woman trying to change their partner in that way is a fuck up. They do not love their partner. What they love is their selfish needs and their expectations they made in their heads. And always, I always believe in this, especially with this year in, have expectations, but do not have them abnormally high. Just have expectations to a certain degree. Do not go further than that, because it will hit you. Like insane expectations, and you're gonna grow your ego, you're gonna grow yourself, selfish behaviors. And this girl probably wanted him to stop, because she even mentioned in her story how it was part of his life, his parenting, his childhood, and it grew attached to him, and he became comfortable in being with her. But it seems it bothered her more than it bothered him being comfortable. You know, being comfortable is a great sign, but trying to change this person into not being who they are or what they were raised in, you know, what connects with their humor, because I personally believe, at least from my personal personality also connects a lot with humor, a certain degree of humor, what kind of humor you have, you know, witty humor, sarcastic humor, which are mostly a lot of times kind of connected. Intelligent humor, street smart humor, I believe it was called, the one that I have, just a silly goofy humor at times, and a lot of cursing. Like, if my girl is gonna curse at me, I'm not gonna curse in this video because I don't feel it's needed. But if there's like some strong languages inside, then, you know, especially for my expressions, because it really does start from yourself, from your expression outside, it makes me happy, and that adds up to your soul level, and your soul level feels content over the day. And as I mentioned before in the previous video, for me, day works like this. I wake up, I have a life. I go to sleep. Why worry? I never worry when I go to sleep. I always go to sleep without any worry in my head, outside of maybe things that will happen tomorrow, and maybe there are rare times that I may have a problem to sleep, but that's really rare times, like one time per year or something. But I really go to sleep all the time in a mindset of not really giving a fuck. You just go to sleep knowing you didn't do anybody wrong. You don't feel guilty. Your life moves on, and it's about time you die, and then you wake up again. And you look at this right now, feeling comfortable in yourself to express it to your partner is a great sign. But the great side the bad side about your partner, this allowing their selfish needs and ego to go against you and actually changing you, thinking they're doing it for your own good, is a sign of parenting. It's a sign of teaching, and it's not a sign of relationships. I mean, parenting, teachings, you know, loving your child, you're gonna accept your child, but your girlfriend, your boyfriend, loving your personality, they should be able to accept you day one. And this is why I personally believe, from my personal experience right now, that I used to be way too slow in getting to know and communicate with people. I was, those people that you feel at day one you kind of know them for your whole life, or you feel like you can express. Maybe you can connect with their personality traits a little bit better. But I swear to God, like, those people are the easiest to be around. I think somehow you can easily express them. And this is the same thing I've been seeking in my relationship. The way I have my relationship right now is made out of expressions that you want to make, not out of repressions, or people don't feel comfortable in you speaking like this. Then they're just not for you. If your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, like in my case, in my girlfriend scale is crazy enough, then I basically find myself a match. Not everybody's going to be in this life. Not everybody had this life. It depends. It depends on a lot of factors. But for me personally, humor, not really for my girlfriend, for example, to be cursing, that's not important. What's important is for me to be able to express who I am and who I was built up to be in life from my own self. I don't allow people to tell me what kind of humor I should have. I don't allow people to tell me what kind of behavior I should get from others. I'm not gonna adapt to their bullshit. I want my own bullshit to be rising up. I want my own bullshit to be shining up, to let people know, but not really let people know as much as let myself know this is who I fucking am, and I feel good in myself about it. Because we all seek ourselves. We sometimes forget who we are. But the one thing we do not forget is very much connected to a sense of humor. It's very important, for me at least, for my personality, as a silly, crazy guy that I am, doing silly shit out of random stuff, spontaneous stuff. While I am shy and silent to people, strangers that I don't think it's very important to get, informations from, because I'm not going to see them again. I tend to be very silent at that times. But I can also be very open and talk like three people are around and just be crazy about it. Honestly, I think it's very important. Like, it's not honestly, it's very important. It's a straight down fact. If you got a partner, you accept them for who they are. If you think you cannot be able to accept them, that you are just not made for them. Your personality just contradicts theirs completely, and you're self-centered so much that you aren't even able to accept their behaviors, personality. I don't feel adapting to other people's behavior is a good idea. I feel it's very important to showcase and accept and open up yours, and see if your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever you're with, can accept you like your parents did. Because there's a lot of shit that happened in this house. Like, a lot of shit happened in this house. And by the end of the day, in the hearts of people know who you love. People know who you care about. And they will always stay with you. No matter what kind of hooligan crazy person you may have been. They will always know deep inside who you are, and they will respect you for it. So why the fuck don't you put this side of your personality outside? Do you fear people are not going to accept you? Those people are not for you. Those people are meant for somebody else. And believe me, if they're not going to be able to accept this person, this girlfriend, this boyfriend would be so boring to be around. So boring. Because you're not able to express. So there's lack of humor. There's lack of... expression is first. It's lack of trust. It's a lack of a lot of things. And if you trust yourself enough to trust yourself and your own judgment to know where you are, who you are, and who you want your life, you go there, you fucking do that, and you get that person, and best of luck to your life in the future. Because honestly, I feel stuff like this, article like this, 10 times to stop your person from swearing is like saying, you know what I mean. It's, do not change your partner if they aren't up for it. If they're going to change themselves, that is awesome. I've seen some people that wanted their girlfriends and boyfriends, to work out more because, sexual attraction and all, but really it's about their preference, it's about their body, it's about how they want to be, how they want to look. And if they really want to change themselves for themselves, you support that shit. That shit is hot. But ultimately, you saw them and you were attracted to them, you were interested in them. All this stuff that built up because they want it is a bonus. But if you want it for your own personal gains, like a lot of people nowadays, I see that they really do think that if a person doesn't do this and this and this, I cannot be with them. Then you're not made for them. Actually, thinking about it, you don't love yourself enough to be at least a little bit less selfish. Everybody has to be a little bit selfish for their own selves in their own ways, not influencing other people for their own gains. Because then you're not selfish, you're just an asshole. And I think, well, we're all selfish, that's what I mean. But we're not all assholes. So be a bastard to your girlfriend. You feel you're a bastard, because I know I'm a bastard. But at the same time, I'm also a nice guy. I personally believe I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy that just likes to be crazy at times. And I accept my crazy and I accept my nice. And I just live day by day, happy. And moments I'm a mess up, but who gives a fuck? We're all mess up sometimes, Still, that's how I look onto, the stuff, nature's acceptance, understanding. It's very important because it's all collective trust. If you trust your partner enough and you love them enough, or you love yourself enough to be able to understand them, then give them a chance, to express, to see who they are. And it's very important. I mean, I look at this article. It's really great a person could be feeling comfortable, but if you aren't able to accept them like this, and you think you have to change them to meet your match, your compatibility, you aren't made for them. They are made for somebody else, somebody that can accept them, or somebody similar in personality to them. Maybe he needs more of a crazy, in that case, for that girl, I think he needs more of a crazy woman, more of a wild side of life. Because a person like that, trying to stop him, is like saying, limit yourself in expression because I don't like it. Even if it is not meant in aggression, limit yourself in expression, because you see, those people would be boring. At least the girl, for me personally, would probably come out as boring, because uncompatible sense of humor and personalities are so different, so selfish, it wouldn't work. And selfish especially works against my traits, because while we all have it, I don't like selfish people. So you kind of get repulsed by the things that you don't want to have in yourself, because it's all psychological. You get attracted to things that drive you wild inside, and interesting in the person, and kindness and craziness and all this stuff, and all these levels, black and white, finding that gray area, because we can all be serious at times as well. Like right here, I barely vulgar talk, but I'm not saying I vulgar talk. I'm not saying that I have to always do it, because I don't. I can be very serious at times, but expressions of craziness and humor and laughter being happiness is very much connected to likes of actual expressions, man. But yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I've been stalling this ending, I've noticed, but you know what? I have to do it sometimes. Anyways, take care of yourself. Peace.